Hey everybody. So yesterday, Capital One came out with some news about lounge access. And this got a lot of negative feedback. And while it got a lot of negative feedback, there is a little bit of positive with it. But let's talk about what this news is. This news is that now, if you're a Capital One VentureX cardholder, the primary cardholder, you are going to have to spend $75,000 in order to bring a guest in. And if you're an authorized user of that card, you can't automatically get lounge access. You will have to pay a $125 annual fee. These changes start February 1st, 2026. Now, in my opinion, my honest opinion, this is both negative and positive. But like most things, let's start with the negative. The negative is that, yes, you have to spend $75,000 in order to bring a guest in for free. So this is going to be a royal pain for a lot of people. Not solo travelers, but, a lot of others. That's just going to be a royal pain. Just because it's a lot of money you have to spend in order to bring a guest in for free. And having lounge access is part of, the travel experience. And, of course, the other piece of negative news I briefly just described is you can't automatically bring a guest into the Capital One lounge. So spend $75,000, can't bring a guest in, without spending $75,000. That's really the bulk of the negative news with this. So, and I'm pretty sure most would agree with that. Now, with the positive side, let's say you are, a solo traveler and you just want to get lounge access just so you can relax there while you're waiting for your flight. Well, there were times where I went to the Capital One lounge at DFW and I couldn't get in because it was so packed and the wait was like 45 minutes, and I was a little bit late getting to the airport that day, and I couldn't even get into the lounge then, so I went to American Airlines. But, the fact that I didn't even have time to go to Capital One that day, and I 45-minute wait, like that was a little ridiculous. I'm paying an annual fee for the card, so some are going to say, hey, I'm paying annual fee for the Capital One VentureX card. Why aren't I getting lounge access? That's a solid point. So, and authorized users are able to bring like 4 guests. So with that crowd slimming down, your odds of getting in are going to significantly increase. So that's going to be the upside to this change. The other upside too, this is a big one in my opinion, is having time to get something to eat in the lounge using your VentureX card to take advantage of that benefit and saving money at the airport and be able to get food. Because if you're, flying, let's say American Airlines, and you're sitting, in coach, they don't give you a meal on the plane. So being able to get something to eat at Capital One is huge. Now, if you're flying first class, then you get something to eat, but coach, you don't. So, and the food options on the plane are limited and not very good. So this change, at least will give you a better chance of getting into the Capital One lounge to be able to get something to eat before your flight. And with the current policy in place, like there was one time I asked if I could just go in and get some of the to-go food and not even, the Capital One lounge food, and they still said no. So with the crowd slimming down, your odds of getting in will be a lot better. But with this news, it really made me think about a previous video I did talking about how you should have different credit cards because the rules are always changing in the credit card world. And this news is just one example of it. Rules are always changing, and you just have to be ready to adapt. So with Capital One changing, there's already some talking about, changing what cards they're going to use and all that, which, if it doesn't benefit you, then you should do that. But, if Capital One benefits you, then keep using Capital One. So all I'm really saying is that, credit card rules are always changing. Perks get taken away, new stuff gets added. So just always be on the lookout for that and just be ready to, either adapt or make a change when those new rules and all that goes into effect. So anyway, I just want to talk about the Capital One changes and both the negatives and positives. In my opinion, now everyone's opinion will be different, so that's the beauty of free speech. So whatever your opinions are, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. And I thank you for checking out this video. Take care, and I'll see you next time.